Welcome back to Breakfast with Sandy. Happy 2025. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had an awesome holiday and enjoyed their family, spent time working, doing the things that you enjoy, traveling. It's been a hell of a 2 weeks, but we're back to business as usual, back to Breakfast with Sandy. So I wanted to come to you guys today with a setting intentions for 2025. I think it's extremely important that we go through some of these exercises. I do them myself. I think that they are highly worthwhile. The cool thing is this is recorded, so if you can't keep up, then you can always go back and watch again. 2024 was one hell of a year, and it was full of experiences, life lessons, and all in all, it was a really great year. But there's a lot to learn from our past, our mistakes, our fortunes. Be grateful for what worked, and an opportunity to better ourselves, better our businesses, and our relationships. So I thought it would be really cool if we start off with setting intentions, but reflecting on the year prior so that we can kind of gather what we are looking for with intentionality for 2025. I work with so many clients on a vision for what they want out of their life, what they're looking for in their dream world, and what they're wishing and hoping for. What happens is we don't have the ultimate clarity on what that looks like, and we ask the universe for things, places, people, relationships, business goals that come to us because the universe gives us exactly what we want. And when we're not intentional, it can be in ways in which we say, what the hell is that? I didn't ask for that. When in reality, it is what you asked for because you weren't clear in your intention. There was no clarity behind it. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of an exercise on what I do on my end with clients because I think that it'll be worthwhile for you guys. So, first thing you're going to do is think about last year. Think about and reflect on 2024. And if you can sum it up in one sentence, what would it be? What was that year like for you? What did you achieve? What lessons did you learn? What are some of the things that you wish could have gone differently? And now you can actually reverse engineer that into 2025 and set different targets for yourself, have different aspirations. But what we're going to do is we're going to be really clear on what it's going to look like, what the outcome. Because there's something that's called the law of cause and effect. And the law of cause and effect will give you a cause for why things happen and what the effect is on the other side. So let's go a little bit more in depth at this. Put my glasses on for this one. Okay, so again, first thing, describe 2024 in one sentence. What would it be? Put that down. Second, what are 5 things that you're deeply grateful for this year? So what did 2024 give you that you're grateful for? What can we want into existence for 2025? We have to remember that we have to be grateful. When we're not grateful, then we get kind of a slap in the face. So we've got to remember to be grateful about every single thing that we get, even if it's not what we ultimately want. We have to be grateful for the experience. We have to be grateful that we were handed this lesson, if you will. So 5 things that you're grateful for. And you should be doing this every day. Every day you should be thinking about what you're grateful for. And I'll give you a little bit of backstory. I got divorced. I moved from a house that was very nice, and it was our family's home. I moved somewhere that I kind of had to get into, and it was a difficult situation. And I was kind of ungrateful for where I was, wanting more, just like the parity of choice. We're going to go a little more into the parity of choice in a minute. Moved into my new place, and it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I was not showing my gratitude for actually having a roof over my head. And 1 year later, I found myself homeless because I lost everything. I was flooded out. And I said, well, I got what I asked for because now I don't have that home, and I wasn't grateful, and I didn't realize that the experience of having something that was where I was stable and I was happy. Instead, I was slapped in the face and I had to readjust, reevaluate, and rebuild. So I did get what I asked for. I became homeless, basically. All's good now, but the reality is that when we're not grateful, we get that remembrance of that gratitude is everything. And as we're growing, as we're stretching, as we're learning, that we have to be grateful for whatever it is that's in front of us and then ask for something different that we want. All that life is a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone of lessons, it's a stepping stone of understanding, it's a stepping stone of knowledge. Second part of this. So, what are 5 valuable lessons you learned about yourself this year? Be really specific about what you learned. What did you like about yourself this year? What did you not like about yourself this year? What could have you done differently? Where did you let yourself down? Where could have you been better? Where could have you learned something? Where did you fail? Because failure is the mother of all training, right? That is exactly what we hear. And I believe it wholeheartedly because I failed enough to know that every time I failed, I took the lesson out of it and I repositioned. I rebuilt. I thought about what did I do to contribute to the situation. For those of you who've heard many of my lives or any time that you see me in social media, you will hear me say, no one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And without self-reflection and self-awareness, we cannot make this our reality. So what feelings did you experience most this year and why? Were you anxiety ridden? Were you stressed? Were you unfocused? Were you angry? Were you overwhelmed? Or were you happy, content? Were you tired? Were you burnt out? Whatever it is, write it down. Figure out what the majority of feelings that you had in the past year. And then think about what feelings that you want to experience in 2025 and what that's going to look like. And what are the habits that you need to indoctrinate in order to make that your reality? What didn't go planned well? What did not happen for you? And then figure out why. What did you do to create that experience? What did you do? Because we all have to take the self-blame for why things the way they are, why they are the way they are, right? Everything is a cause and effect. So it's not that we cause bad experience or we cause things to happen in our lives, but we make choices that may make that our reality. So think about these questions, and as you do, this isn't a 5-minute exercise. It's something for you to work on with your focused mind in a place that you have quiet, that you can concentrate. So this year, I surprised myself by choosing 2. What did you do that was beyond your limits? How did you walk a path that was different? Right? The moment everything changed for me was when I let go of. What did you need to let go of in order to move differently? Because this is all about who you're becoming. This is not what you've been, right? The past is only there to serve us a lesson. And it creates our future. So when I think about what I write down and I look at my answers, I always think about what I needed to let go of. What did we need to do differently? This year, I felt unstoppable because I embraced. What did you embrace? Maybe it was training with us. Maybe it was putting yourself out there on social media. Maybe it was jumping into a new business. Maybe it was traveling somewhere that you never thought that you'd be. Whatever that new experience was, what did you embrace? Maybe you embraced the suck. Maybe you embraced something that was really hard for you to conceptualize that you were capable of. And then this year, I finally followed my intuition. And what happened? When you let go of the things that aren't serving you and you focus on what you really want for your life with that intention, and you feel it, you smell it, you know that it's going to be part of you, it creates that universal pathway and guidance for you to get exactly what you want. The best part of this year was realizing that you're capable of what? What did you overcome? Because every single one of you, especially our clients, You are moving in a different direction. Our job is to get you thinking differently. And it's not just about learning and training, it's not about coaching. It's about getting you to understand that there's different ways, different variations to create the life that you truly desire. Right? Everything shifted when I trusted myself enough to. Did you take the leap? Did you ask the girl out? Right? Did you do something that was so out of your comfort zone, but you forgot to kind of pat yourself on the back for it? This year was transformational for me because I chose to. Right? Did you jump into something that you never thought was possible? I mean, taking a risk and going into business is in of itself amazing because most people don't take that risk. They'd rather earn the hourly paycheck and be safe. And those who I speak to every Wednesday, you guys are not safe. You're the players. So think about what you did in a transformational sense. And then finally I overcame my fear of. And then what was the result? It doesn't matter if it was good or bad, what was the result? Jumping out of that comfort zone through the hoop of fear, because fear is everything. Fear is what holds us back. It's what holds us back on a daily basis. That's why so many of you out there are self-help learners, right? Self-help meaning that you're absorbing knowledge from multiple places and then you do nothing with it and you stick it on the shelf. It's just another learning and training. So don't make this one be another learning or training. Make this one be something that's intentional. So 3 columns. I want you to think about who you were last year and write down everything that comes to mind when you think about who you were last year. Who is that person? Right? What did you embody? Use adjectives. Get deep. Chunk down. And then who at the end of 2024 did you become? A business owner, a father, a mother, aunt, uncle, right? A leader, a world traveler. Who did you become in 2024? Be specific. It's all about specificity, right? Then on the 3rd column, we're going to say, who do you aspire to be in 2025? And now I want you guys to think about 2025 with incredible intentionality. And when I say intentionality, it's because if we don't, we get things that we don't ask for, right? The universe gives us what we ask for. It's just we don't create it with enough intention. So we always think the grass is greener on the other side. And when we get what we think we want, it's not truly what we want. So what does that mean to you? Write it down. Be specific. Why do you want days off? Because you may get days off because you're burning out and you need some time away, but then it winds up being because you are so overstressed that you need surgery. Instead of being specific and saying, I need days off to spend more time with my family and my kids so that I can create lifelong experience and memories. Be that specific when you're writing and you're doing these exercises because it matters. It truly matters, right? When we say, oh man, I just want my wife to stop putting so much pressure on me. Well, what does that mean? Because pressure creates diamonds. So are we looking at this from a lens of just asking for something because it's a symptom? So I want you guys to really think about, with intentionality, what you're looking for in 2025, or else we're going to get it. It's just not going to be delivered the way that you want it. And I'm going to give you an example of this. As we evolve as humans and as we evolve into year to year, I look back. The other night we were watching a documentary, and for those of you who make fun of New Jersey, I'm going to kind of slide on saying how badass we are. There's a documentary, and I forgot where we were watching it. My daughter had a birthday party the other night, and we were all watching this, and it was pretty funny because you forget the times. And there was a place in New Jersey in Mount Vernon called Action Park, and it was all about like kids and low level, like not even engineers, creating this water park experience. But I've been there. I was there when I was a kid, and it was crazy. Like, I don't even know how it was legal. Like, people were dying, people were getting hurt, like you were getting stuck in some of these man-made crazy contraptions. But we asked for more laws, we asked for more regulation, and in turn we didn't like what we asked for, right? Just like when we ask for more channels on the TV. Look, life was simple back then. Things were easy to come by. We didn't have as many choices of restaurants to eat at. We didn't have as many choices of service providers. So we didn't have to be as clear because there was only so many choices. And that's why I always say the parity of choice. When we're given too many options, our brain can't think and we can't rationalize. So now we don't understand that. Now we just choose because we're not intentional in our choices. We really, truly don't know what we want. Some of you spend more time thinking about what you're going to eat for lunch than what you want out of your life and your business and your family. It's interesting to me. Because we were never taught this. We were never taught how to create a life that we truly desire. And transformation comes from a life and the desire to, people say, well, I just want to be better in 2025. What the hell is better? Right? Well, I just want to be successful. I want to have more money in 2025. Okay, what does that mean to you? What is that going to do for you? Otherwise, you're going to get what you ask for. And we always get what we ask for. You know, we ask for things, and now we have this true world of abundance where we can, go on Amazon and you put a sweater in and there's 19,000 options. So how are we clear in our deliverable? And that clarity is going to help you align yourself with what you want for you. And without that clarity, it just becomes another wish list. And I don't want anyone going into 2025 with just another wish list, because you may wish for your ex back and it wasn't truly what you wanted and you lost everything you had. You may wish for more revenue, but then we have a business that's unsustainable. We have trouble running, we can't lead, and we have no profitability. So when we ask for what we want, we need to make sure that we see, we feel, and we hear exactly what it's going to be when we get it. So that intention is going to keep us on a path of delivering from the universe exactly what we're looking for. So it's you versus you. And you need to make sure that 2025 is not a repeat of 2024. There may be some amazing things that happen in 2024. That's what we hold on to. And that's what we want more of. But if you say, well, I just, I'm going to the gym and I want to lose weight. Well, that's kind of objective, right? Like, we look at it, you lose weight, but what do we do when we lose things? We try to find them. So what are we releasing? What are those habits that we need to pull into our world? What habits do we need to leave behind? So again, everything that you're going to do with this exercise is going to be able to create your 2025 that you truly desire. And whether you believe in the woo-woo of manifestation, it's what you set your intention on. What we focus on grows. So think about that in a light of putting some effort behind this. And for my fellow ADHD friends and family out there, this takes some work. And it takes some thought process, one that you probably are not used to doing. But once this becomes a daily ritual for you, you will start to create and see things show up in your life that were not there in the beginning. Because we are asking for things that we truly desire instead of just throwing thoughts of what we think we wish for out into the universe. Remember to hold tight to who you truly are, stay strong in that, and then create the world around you. So here's to 2025 and a more profitable, a better run, a more relaxed, a less overwhelmed, a less anxious, and a happier you. So everybody, go out there and crush it. Have a great day. And again, Happy New Year.